Hi there, Smart Drivers. Rick with Smart Drive Test, talking to you today about how to accelerate your learning and accelerate your driving ability. Today we're going to do some slow speed maneuvers in the parking lot. You can go out and you can see the pylons here behind me. Go out and rent some of those 3-foot, 36-inch, meter tall pylons from your local rental shop. They're really inexpensive, probably cost you less than $15 to rent them for a day. You can go out to an empty parking lot and do slow speed maneuvers, particularly backing. This will help with your overall driving and translate into your overall driving and give you better understanding of the primary controls of the vehicle, the steering wheel, the brake, and the throttle, and if you're driving a manual transmission, the clutch as well. So start with straight line backing. Just put the pylons in a row, as you can see here in the image, and then back up on both sides of them. That way you're going to get a good sense of how to back up on either side of the vehicle, and then proceed with backing around corners. So put the pylons, as you can see here in the image, and that way you can go around a corner, back around on both sides, left and right. And if you're driving a manual transmission, as soon as you start backing up, make sure you take your foot off the clutch. Only if you need to slow down do you push the clutch in, but for the most part when you're doing these exercises, you want to, as soon as you start the vehicle and let the clutch out, let it out all the way. Most of the time, if it's an electronic fuel injection vehicle, it's just going to idle backwards and you'll have to give it very little throttle, especially if you're driving a diesel manual transmission, as many of you will be in Europe. And then finally, when you're comfortable with backing, straight line backing around corners and whatnot, then put the pylons in the three in a row here, as you can see in the image, and do reverse figure eights, first in one direction and then in the other direction. And once you're comfortable with reverse figure eights, then you can move on to doing stall parking. And I'll put a video up here in the corner for you on the lesson on stall parking, because reverse stall parking, perpendicular parking, or bay parking as they sometimes call it, is a required skill for a road test, and you will be required to back into a parking space for the purposes of a road test. So know all of that. So reversing will improve your overall driving, and it will help you to learn how to drive faster. If you spend time in an empty parking lot doing these maneuvers, straight line backing around corners, and reverse figure eights, it's going to translate into all of your driving, and you're going to be a better driver overall more quickly. And I know for the mentors out there who are helping new drivers learn how to drive and prepare for the road test, this is not the most exciting thing in the world. But as my martial arts instructor said to me some years ago, anybody can do it fast. Doing it slow takes some precision, some skill, and ability. So spend the time in the parking lot, go and get some of these pylons. All of this will really help you out. And if the new driver that you're working with, or you as the new driver, are having some difficulty with a particular skill, don't be afraid to come back to the parking lot and work on it here in the parking lot. Sometimes you have to go back over the fundamentals while the student is learning, because maybe in the first attempt they just didn't understand it fully, or they didn't grasp the concept, or those types of things. And sometimes you come back and you revisit it, and the student has had time to practice it, and all of a sudden it clicks because you've come back and you've revisited the fundamentals. So do that as well. Question for my smart drivers: do you have any tips for new drivers in learning how to drive? Tips and techniques and maneuvers that they should practice that will help them to learn how to drive faster? Leave a comment down in the comment section there. All of that helps out the new drivers learning how to drive and working towards their license. I'm Rick with Smart Drive Test. Thanks very much for watching. If you like what you see here, share, subscribe, leave a comment down in the comment section. As well, hit that thumbs up button. Check out all the videos here on the channel. Great information if you're working towards getting your license or starting a career as a truck or bus driver. As well, head over to my website. More great information over there, and online courses that you can purchase. Stick around to the end of the video, funny bits and links to the other videos and to my website. Thanks again for watching. Good luck on your road test, and remember, pick the best answer, not necessarily the right answer. Have a great day. Bye now. Driving around in the middle of the empty parking lot. People are so weird when you're filming. They always want to know what you're doing.